What's up, guys? This is Verbal95, and right now, gonna continue with that whole most predicted death battles, most requested death battles, I guess, so. Yeah, Well, this is one that you could debate whether or not it's the most wanted, because there are a lot of variables in it. But before I go into what it's gonna be, I'll just show you what it is, what it could be. I'm just gonna show you what it is. So here it is. It is... Am I on the right one? Yep, I believe I am. Would be Sephiroth versus Kefka. Both from Final Fantasy, but they've never fought each other. I don't think they've ever even seen each other, from what I can remember in the games. So, that would mean that with, so Death Battle, they'd have a complete... I mean, hell, how much RoboCop Terminator stuff was there, and they still made a Death Battle out of that? They had an NES game, or an SNES game, sorry, and there was a full series of Rob Liefeld comics, so, yeah. Or was it Frank Miller? It was either Liefeld or Miller. But anyway, we're not talking about this. The reason this is sort of debatable of whether this one would happen is because there is a lot of other stuff that people would say put Kefka in. Well, okay, less. Very less stuff, because you always get the stupid one that says Kefka versus the Joker, which is just ridiculous. So Kefka not so much, but Sephiroth, you could put him in a lot of stuff. A lot of people would say something like Sephiroth, Virgil, Sephiroth, like all the anime older brothers, which Virgil is unfortunately qualified in. Or you get like Sephiroth Ganondorf, which wouldn't actually be a bad fight, but anyway, this one's very... I think the Final Fantasy fans would like this one. It's a very... Okay. Pretend that didn't happen. So, this would be a really good... I would like this. This would be... Because they counteract each other perfectly. Sephiroth is really emo and overdramatic and he tries to be cool, but he's not, because he's a whiny little bitch. And Kefka's just so stupidly, like, clowning. Like, he's not even, like... It's not like the Joker where he actually has funny lines at some point, Like, where he is funny. This is just him being an idiot. Kefka is just a fucking idiot. Just being ridiculously stupid. Like, so, it's perfect. But their power, don't mistake it. Their power is definitely nothing to laugh about or to sneeze at. So, don't underestimate them by those descriptions I just gave. Straight up, I'm gonna go with Kefka, though. Because Kefka has a stupid amount of power. And I think, he was voted, like, the #1 Final Fantasy villain of all time. He's definitely in the top, 5, I would think. And, yeah. So, and there's the whole thing, Sephiroth tried to destroy the world, and Kefka succeeded, and recreated his own new world. Rebuilt the world in his image. He actually succeeded in doing that. Yeah. It's, and they have both of them have destroyed a shit ton of things. And plus, I just want to see that sword in action. This wouldn't really have to be a 3D fight. Like, it could be either one, honestly. But, really, it might be easier to make it a 3D fight, because And I'm not trying to push for more 3D fights, because I know they're hard to do. But, you know, because Sephiroth, Sephiroth was more popular in the 3D. It's like when they made Link Cloud, they just took the things right from the games. Like, they took the models right from the games. They didn't need to make up new models, like with RoboCop Terminator. They just took them right from it, which would work. I think Kefka has at least one 3D model. Okay, he has more than that. Kefka has 3D models you could work with. Sephiroth has a ton of... I don't think Sephiroth has that many 2D models to work with, is my point, that you could really use that well. So this would be... but that's really not up to me, so don't ask my opinion on that. But when it comes to everything going on, let me just say... I would love to see Kefka win this, and I do dislike Sephiroth a lot, but I do want to see Kefka win. I'm not pretending to be unbiased here. I would rather see Kefka win, but I also do think he would win. This would be a fight full of explosions and shit, and giant swords being swung around, and an odd number of wings for everything going on for the two people. Most people stick with 2 wings. These guys have numbers that aren't 2. So, yeah. But I want to go with Kefka. And I would be happy to go with Kefka. I mean, I think a lot of people would go with Kefka. Just Final Fantasy fans definitely, I think, would go with him, because, he is one of the most popular villains. And, a lot of them don't like Sephiroth. And a lot of them acknowledge the fact that Kefka has, succeeded everywhere Sephiroth has failed. So, yeah. Basically, if you're not a Final Fantasy fan, you might not have that much of an idea of who these two are. So, it might be more of a limited base, but hell, they took Felicia and Taukaka and made that a death battle, and, Blaze Blue doesn't have a gigantic following when you put it next to things like Final Fantasy, and, Darkstalkers really doesn't either. So, yeah. What else should I talk about? I was going to talk about that whole Fulgore thing that, with my last video I'm putting up, the video before this one, about how Fulgore was, facing Sector and shit, but other than that, I don't even know, I don't know when that's coming out either. Hopefully, I don't want to say soon, but there's an advantage either way. If it comes out, this Friday, which it probably won't, then I get the Fulgore video, this one, and then I get the video about the next one happening after this death battle, making it a lot, meaning I get 2 high vote videos in one, because people tend to go to the ones where I talk about the next one, and then the one, yeah. So, but the other advantage is, if they wait, then this last one I did about Fulgore Sector will probably get a lot more votes or a lot more views, because, it'll give it more time to build more views, so, yeah. So, yeah, this isn't something I'm really that interested in, to be honest. I liked Final Fantasy, but I was not a die-hard Final Fantasy fan, because, like everyone after 7, I just tapped, so. And I really didn't care for much before 7 either, because, that 7 was my generation. I played on the PS1 more than anything else, and that was where Final Fantasy 7 came on, so. stuff before that I really didn't care about that much. So yeah. Verbal Engine 95. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say recording from your local county jail or prison or whatever that one girl said in my one video. Bye.